Didn't study at Princeton, but a proven convict. I'm more like a Winston and got friends like John Wick. Some spent time in Kingston, others were gone quick. There just ain't too many places you can move me from. On my white boy flow, I'm about to drop a doozy, son. Bars hitting heavy like an extended Uzi drum. Only a handful living life they make movies from. 3 sheets to the wind, and I still be spitting better. You can't be fair skinned and suck at the written letter. They'll never have me pinned, only getting better. Lord knows I've sinned with that forbidden cheddar. Originality can be astounding the game, but it seems auto-tune got you all sounding the same. Time to take your own lane instead of crowding the train. You know pigs saying to me if there's no loud.
Welcome back to another edition of the Stay Lifted Movie Club. Typically there are 3. At the moment there's just me, but Zach is on his way. Ryan can't make it tonight as he has other obligations, but will be back next week to join us. So, welcome, and let's start off by smoking a bong. That's kind of what the show's about, smoking drugs. So, bongo time, everybody. Also, be sure to let me know what you're smoking out there in the chat, because I like to know what everyone's got going on. Tonight we are smoking... Nope, not that. Sorry. All night to prep, and I'm still not ready. Modified banana and grapes. And man, it's gassy. It goes right to the back of the lung. So while we wait for Zazila to get here, we are going to be talking about Thor. How we got here, what's going on with Thor, and where's he gonna be? Granddaddy Perp. I've heard of Granddaddy strains and definitely purple strains, so that's awesome. That sounds delicious. We're also smoking some peanut butter breath, but man, that stuff is just too gassy for me. It's been killing me. Just hitting the back of the lung like a tank, but that's okay. It's the way we like it. So yeah, as I said, tonight we're going to be talking about Thor, how we got to where we are, what's going on with Thor, what's going on with all of his friends, and so on. And so we'll just be jumping back and forth between that and some of our in-house video ads. And Zazie will be here soon to discuss these 3 films tonight. We're going to be talking about Mom and Dad, The Rock, and Willys Wonderland. We're going to break it down, talk about what we liked about the movies, what we didn't like, and choose a winner, which is more of a new thing. But yeah, we have our votes tallied and see who takes home the prize of the best movie picked. All very favorites of mine. I really enjoyed all 3 of these films. So looking forward to talking about them. But yeah, first we're going to be talking about Thor: Love and Thunder. And here is a video from our sponsor. We'll be right back.
Now he's running from the law to save his hat, save his paws, get his bowl of
And we're back. Sorry about that. Just moving some files, throwing up some videos as we prep. But so I got to throw up another video just for a minute here. I'm just getting another file ready so I can break down some of what we've been over. Here's actually we're gonna share Zazie Law, Zach's band's 30 Going on 13's newest video. In a little bit, they did a great video called Nemesis, but this is actually his band as well. And here's another video.
Start the punk rock show.
Okay. So I have a mild problem with what is I didn't think ahead to what software I had on this computer and can't open up the presentation and file I put together for this specific thing, which is funny, but I can kind of do it without it. It was just supposed to be a good humorous sidebar. So yeah, let's smoke a couple more bongs and then talk about Thor. Oh, that's too bad. I really enjoyed my little presentation there, and I thought I had everything installed on here I needed. And I can't believe I forgot that I don't have PowerPoint on here. Just because I haven't taken the time to install it as of yet, and I don't have the time to install it right at this very second. So not a big deal. Can continue on without it and still have a good presentation or a good conversation about it. Just kills all my graphics. Oh, that's going to ask me for my sign in, and I don't have that. Yeah, I don't want to have a sign in for that. That's why that doesn't work, because I went with the service, and I didn't continue with it after I left my old job. So we are going to talk about where they were, what they had done before, and where is everybody now. So to start it off, we're talking about Thor Love and Thunder, or Thor 4 The Gore War, as I like to call it, which that graphic, again, I didn't get put up the graphic because I didn't get just forgot kind of all about it, apparently. So there's the new graphic. Here we go, Thor 4 The Gore War. We were originally going to be going over the old films, which I can still do relatively quickly. So the first film is just pretty much broken down to Thor has to learn a lesson in humility, and we leave there with him in love with Jane. Yeah, I know. Right? Laughing is yeah. Well, this is a channel where we smoke a lot of weed, and things like this just end up happening. So let's smoke another bong and just talk about Thor as we prep for the new movie. Ooh, that that is very, very tasty and very, very heavy. Well, we got two here, two kinds. We got me, who I can take a larger bong than most. Yeah, a larger hit. And then Zach and Ryan are part of the baby lung crew. Oh. And yeah, just finish that up, and now we're going to talk about Thor, as I've said. I forgot how much I get distracted with chat when it's just me here. But so the just to recap quickly, the first film, Thor has to learn humility, and still by the end of it is not king. The second film essentially sets up a very long old story with his grandfather Bor. And then jumps to the ether, getting in Jane and the convergence. And by the end of it, Jane's the utmost astrophysicist specialist on the convergence. Good night, my love.
Good night.
It's my wife in the side stage. And where we leave that one is unknown, but when we get to the Avengers film, Jane and Thor apparently have broken up by that point, or are no longer together. And then we move on to Ragnarok, where we meet Hela, and that character is heavily underutilized and then dead by the end of it, or at least we assume she's dead given the circumstances of the end of that film. Thor's friends all get killed, and then they get brought. Then he's got whole new friends. Wholesome moments. Oh yeah, like this series is just it's got a lot of fun in it, but there's a lot of dark in the Thor series. So where we leave Thor off at is the last time we actually see Thor is Endgame. And as Endgame comes to a close, Thor hands over his throne as he's finally crowned king of Asgard. And like within 5 years, like, nah, I'm good. Here, you can take it. So Valkyrie is the king of Asgard. And it's just a lot of funny little quips with him showing dominance over Star-Lord. But he actually leaves the planet with Star-Lord, and the Guardians of the Galaxy, they set off to be the Asgardians of the Galaxy, which is an actual comic book run from the late 90s. Jane Foster, as we saw, she was the last time we saw her was actually in Endgame as they jaunt into the past. She was sleeping as they attempted to gain the ether, or the reality stone. However, before that, we hear that about her moving to be the world's most expert on the convergence, as I said. The Guardians, because they're going to play a fundamental part in Thor's film as well. At least it would seem. However, it kind of seems like all that's going to take place in the beginning. And it'll be kind of like a prologue instead of the first act. Will be, my opinion or my guess, will be Thor and the Guardians parting ways. So as the Guardians are now down a member. Obviously, Gamora she was killed by Thanos to gain the Soul Stone. Now there is a new Gamora that did not get snapped away when Tony did his snap, but she is not automatically in love with Star-Lord, and she seems to jump out of the planet without them, so they go looking for her. Darcy's actually had a more screen time now than Jane Foster herself. And Darcy is... she becomes a astrophysicist by the end of this, so who just seems to be like a clumsy side joke, actually becomes a expert and gets her doctorate or her degree in astrophysics, and she ends up being a front row for most of WandaVision, watching it, realize she's the one that finds out that it's CMF? Cosmic background radiation. So she helps all the way through WandaVision and helps free the people and so on and so forth. Korg seems to have remained on Earth, but we don't get any actual proof or update on him whatsoever outside of a couple commercials with Deadpool, which are actually really funny. You should check them out. And of course, Valkyrie, as we said before, is King of Asgard and seems to be in some sort of version of the UN or MCU's version of the UN. So that's kind of where everybody that we know previous to this film, what they're doing and where they're going to be. New characters that need to be discussed to understand the film coming. I'm sure they'll explain it in the movie, but as far as the background from the comics is Gore the God Butcher. Oh, that's not even leaked. There's a full trailer that shows her. I'm sorry, you can't see me. There's a full trailer that we're going to be watching in a few minutes that she actually is holding her own, like she's holding Mjolnir, which I always say incorrectly, but we're going to be watching that anyways, so let's I can get that ready. But yeah, there's actually a whole scene in the trailer or the spoiler. Oh, okay. Well, if you haven't seen it yet, let me bring that up and hook you up. So we have watched it on here multiple times, and I will continue to watch it on here because it is until they give me something else to show you. Really. So let me bring that up and share that screen, and I'm going to leave my mic on and probably either pause or talk through it because I'm bad for that. And we want to be like this. There we go. So here's Thor Love and Thunder official trailer. And I'll probably get kicked off YouTube because it just flat out plays Sweet Child of Mine all the way through. Why do they still do this when they know there's people that are going to be breaking this down? It's almost like Taika Waititi, like, just says, screw you guys.
These hands were once used for battle. Now they're but humble tools for peace. I need to figure out exactly who I am. I'm gonna choose my own path. Live in the moment. My superheroing days are over.
She's got a smile that it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories where everything was as fresh as a bright blue sky.
Remember what I told you? You ever feel lost? Just look into the eyes of the people that you love. Not me. What? Just listening.
And that is the yeah, well, I mean, why would they want to get something so copyrighted? Like all it's doing is getting more people to watch it. It's not like I'm stealing it. Yeah, that is the new trailer. What that shows us is that we're left. Paul, I mean, I feel like we should go through it one more time. I'll talk about it a little more as we go through it, as we've done in the past. I don't know why I unshared it so quickly. And if you can hear feet on the ceiling, it's because I have a dog upstairs. And there we go. View. All right, so we start out with these three Thors. And in the comic that this is following, the run with Gore the God Butcher, he actually battles Thor 3 times in 3 different times, and they are a young or Avengers Thor, and then Warrior Thor or King Thor, or no, Young Thor, Avengers Thor, and then King Thor. Oh, well, thanks for rating us, guys. Make sure you check out 30 Going on 13. They are a fantastic band. They just finished a really great stream. So go check them out. They actually just released a music video, which we're really excited about and have watched on here once already, and actually plan to watch on here just a little later tonight. Thanks for joining us. And how about a bongo time for a big old bongo time for 30 Going on 13? Which if they've rated us, that means we will get our co-host in just within 20 minutes or 30 or 40. I'm not sure. Welcome, Foof. We appreciate you hanging out and hopefully smoking some weed with us. Yes, we're talking about the Thor trailer again because Offside had not seen it yet and didn't know it was there. So, Zazie is prettier. For those that don't know Zach or haven't been here when he's here, here's an introduction to him. And that is really all you need to know about Zach. So, yes, we are currently talking about the new Thor trailer, and we'll talking about Thor in general until Zach gets here. So, as I said, here's the scene. I think represents the 3 Thors that are in the comics that this movie should be kind of following the path on. Let's watch some more.
The ones who I once used for battle. Now they're but humble tools for peace. I need to figure out exactly who I am.
So this hat is already available on like 30 different Etsy's and like 5 different stores. So I think that's fucking hilarious. It actually says everyone does seem to love Zazie and his ankles. But this hat, it said originally World's Strongest Avengers or the World's Mighty Adventures or something like that. And he scratches a bunch of stuff out and changes it to the Strongest Avenger. What did you notice? Yes, Zach wears corduroy pants. Oh, yeah, he finds them comfortable. So Thor got back in shape and is pretty now.
Live in the moment.
And they're almost comically setting up the fact that he doesn't want to fight, and he's done with battling, and he would just humorously leave his new friends in battle just to leave while they're gone. So like it just they're kind of setting him up to be again the more humorous side of Thor that Taika Waititi's been using.
My superheroing days are over.
She's got a smile that it seems to me reminds me of child.
So I'm guessing that this is either a version of Mount Olympus or the Pantheon that was mentioned in Moon Knight. So a place where gods hang out and are safe from the outer realms.
Memories where everything was as fresh as the bright blue sky.
So there again, Thor now has the ability to wield the Bifrost through Stormbreaker. So he no longer needs the Rainbow Bridge or anybody to send him. He has it available. Yeah, he can kind of just go where he wants now. So of course we have. So we go back there again. We have Zeus, who we've talked about on this channel a lot because we're pretty excited because it is. We have a better image here. This is going to be played by Russell Crowe. So Zeus will be fighting around the world. So we're really excited about that. But so we have Zeus and this is what I've been referring to as the Pantheon or Mount Olympus or whichever gathering place for gods they're going to call it.
What I told you.
That scene here, which I keep meaning to grab the graphic for, this is an exact replica as it sits right here, with the exception of Korg, from the comic books I've been talking about with Gore the God Butcher, which is going to be played by Christian Bale. So this is a beast. Gore is killed to get to another god that he is trying to murder.
Remember what I told you.
Of course, a much more developed new Asgard than where we left them in Endgame, where this exact sign, there was nothing for a long distance, which I actually just watched Endgame in the background tonight just to be able to talk about where Thor was.
You ever feel lost?
And this is what I was talking about earlier, where Valkyrie seems to be part of some sort of the MCU's version of the UN, because if you look back, you can see different countries' flags in front of people, including Italy, of course, America standing up, trying to be dominant. I can't really make out the rest of the flags off this one, but I'm sure we'll see them more in the film.
You ever feel lost?
Again, we're back to wherever Zeus is, and we seem to have two Thors here, so I'm guessing this is the reveal later to be Jane Foster.
Look into the eyes of the people that you love.
A whole bunch of just Thor trying to fit in somewhere and feel loved because he's lost so much, right? So he's always trying to connect. And Taika Waititi making that at least feel humorous and a little more playful.
Not me.
What? Just listening.
So we'll actually get 3 properties in the near future, or in the future, involving the Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor, Love and Thunder, the new Guardians movie, and the Guardians Christmas special. However, after the new Guardians movie, we will have lost apparently at least 2 mainline characters. So that'll be interesting. And as I said the first time we went through this almost feels like, okay, trailer over. And now they put so many post-credit things and so many different things, and now I feel like we're even getting a post-credit for, or a mid-credit scene in trailers. But now this scene coming up. And notice they really focus on the hammer instead of trying to focus on any part of Jane's transformation. makes it feel less jarring. So this image and this whole idea that Jane becomes Thor comes from the Mighty Thor comics, I think in 2013. And that's where Jane has cancer. And whenever she wields the hammer and becomes Thor, her cancer goes away, goes into Thor remission. And every time she stops being Thor, it comes back faster and faster and faster. So maybe the ether going in and out of her, well, now twice because of Endgame, maybe that was, could be cause for some sort of cancer or something wrong. Guessing because of leaked footage, the logic behind her and Mjolnir is just she touched it, missing Thor and not knowing where he was, and it reacted and reformed itself. Just taking a shot in the dark. I think Drax might die. So that is the whole Thor Love and Thunder trailer. As much as we're going to be able to break it down. Oh, right. I'm already on the screen that I'm trying to change. Sorry about that. And really quickly, here is a quick video from our sponsor.
Start the punk rock show. For a dirty, rough and tumble show, nothing beats a dive. It's where I spend the best nights of my life. Nights I can't remember, but I want to forget. Punk rock is dead, it's still alive. Tonight, at the world's greatest dive.
And a bongo time for Foof. So that was our interpretation of where Thor is and what's going on. You'll notice that in the trailer, there's only vague mention of gore. Like they don't actually mention gores, and there's almost Easter eggish footage of that large dead beast, knowing that that's directly from that storyline. And again, this will be Christian Bale coming in as Gore the God Butcher. I'm really excited for this. This is probably the number one Marvel thing I've been looking forward to since finding out that they were going to do the three Thor, the Mighty Thor and three Thor series all in kind of one. And here's some actual art from it. And this actually ties back to the Spider-Verse in that Gore's origin is killing two gods that had fallen to his planet. They were fighting each other. And one of them was Null. Null is the king of the symbiotes, and he creates a sword that you can see kind of coming out of and all around, and his cape and helmet, or his cape and hat, all are kind of the same type of what you'd see from Venom or Carnage. So this sword, he takes off Null and finishes the job, starts to gain power. This is called the Necrosword, or the Necrosword, the Dark Blade. Very similar. You see Dane Whitman reach for it at the end of Eternals, and you can see it kind of move towards him. So it seems like they're going to be taking more and more things that could attach them back to the Sony Spider-Verse, or just the fact that you kind of find out at the end of Venom and into Spider-Man that Venom is, or the symbiote is interdimensional and it kind of holds knowledge throughout that. So maybe the symbiote already existed in our MCU and they'll just split off that way, but it is unclear which way they're going. And we haven't really had much information on it since Venom, and it probably won't until we again see this film here. As promised, I said we're going to probably more than once tonight play the new video from 30 Going on 13. Good friends of ours, so we like to show everybody what they've been doing. Of course, that is Zach's band. We're going to be starting a new project hopefully soon, where we're going to do live music on this channel, but every weekend it'll be on Saturdays, and it will be me interviewing and then a musical performance from a different band every weekend, hopefully. We are currently still working out the details, but there'll be a lot more music on this channel and a lot more geek content as well.
Pockets are light. We all hide lives and we live to survive. Sing and sing every night, but nobody gets out of like our lives. So I shut my mouth and let the guitar strings do the talking for me with the lonely strong. Never stop to wonder why the kids would sing. I can care less if tomorrow don't come. Take me, and the ocean would swallow me. Oh, I stop empty and my pockets are light. We all hide lives and we live to survive. Sing and sing every night, but nobody gets out of like our lives. So I shut my mouth and let the guitar strings do the talking for me with a lonely strong. Never stop to wonder why the kids would sing. I can care less if tomorrow don't come. We all hide lives and we live to survive. Sing and sing every night, but nobody gets out of like our lives. So I shut my mouth and let the guitar swing. Do the talking for me with a lonely strong. Never stop to wonder why the kids would sing. I can care less if tomorrow don't come.
And that was 30 Going on 13's new video, Nemesis. Maybe one day, if my band as a band ever did a 666 show, I would probably suggest we do 30 Going on 13. Although there was some talk like last year about a potential recording thing together, but we'll see. Yeah, so that was their new video. It was really fun. I was behind the scenes all night doing stuff and watching and filming some behind the scenes stuff. I had a lot of fun hanging out for that night, filming that video. Because 30 Going on 13 is just fun to hang out with. So as we wait for Zazie so we can talk about our 3 films this week. Sorry to anybody that is going to be missing Ryan. He'll be staring at the chat from a remote location tonight. So just stare, as it will not be in vain, I promise. But our 3 films tonight are Mom and Dad. I just realized that looks really cool. Our Mom and Dad and The Rock and Willys Wonderland. So we had a Nicolas Cage theme this week. And it was amazing. This man, I forget how talented this man is, because he became kind of a caricature online, and the talent. Ryan's just always staring. He never stops. He will just always be staring into your soul from afar. That you can trust. But as we think of the scene with the bees from I can't even remember the name of the movie, but as we think of that, it kind of taints what we think of Nicolas Cage. He kind of becomes some sort of not the reality of who he is. He can be over the top, but he can be hammy. But the reality is he's a really, really good actor. And Mom and Dad's a great example of that, because he doesn't just be Nicolas Cage all the time, not until the end, where he just does Nicolas Cage. We're The Rock. He's younger. He doesn't quite have the freedom, I'm guessing, at this point to be any way he wants, so he plays much more conservative. Or maybe he just played the part properly, because it was well acted all the way through by everyone involved. And Willys Wonderland might be one of my all-time favorite movies now. Willys Wonderland, it came up on a list. It came up on a suggestion on, I think, Netflix. And I turned it on, and it changed me. And these characters are why it changed me. And I think everyone should watch this film. It's just really, really fun. Okay. Actually, just for future reference, if you would like us to smoke at any point, which I am normally joined by 2 other gentlemen, I'll be joined by 1 other gentleman soon. All you have to do is type Bongo Time in the chat, and we will smoke more weed. And if Ryan was here right now, he would tell you that swamp weed is the best weed. That is correct. Smoking some really gassy modified banana and grapes from Gastown, from our sponsor, Mad Dab Labs. You check them out at maddablabs.com. They do ship, depending on the legality of your area, but we're all legal here in Canada, and they ship all over North America if needed. And just great products. So check them out at maddablabs.com. As well, all of our glassware is provided by Liquid Chrome. And you can check them out at liquidchrome.com. They have all the best glassware. They have the largest supply of Zippos, I think, in North America. And I think at this point, the largest supply of bongs in one place in at least Canada. But not that I overly care your actual opinion on this, but here's some ducks.
Hello, Bongo Time.
Yes.
I was listening on the way, and I want to get as high as you were sounding a little while ago.
Oh, yeah, I might have been a little stoned.
A little? My goodness, yes.
Oh, wow, was I that bad? Well, Bongo Time.
Bongo Time.
It's hilarious that we can retain any viewers when I sound stoned enough that you point it out.
I had to get over here to see how excited I was about these Nick Cage movies. Holy crap. Like, you don't have to just watch Willy's Wonderland. You have to watch them all.
Oh, I only said it that way because the other ones have been seen.
Yeah, but holy crap. They were so good.
So which one do you want to talk about first? What should we jump on? Let's do Ryan's. He's not here. So we can talk about his.
Michael Bay actually has a good movie.
Well, apparently after this afternoon's chat, Michael Bay has multiple good movies.
Yeah, but I feel like this was his first that maybe is the reason they gave him a shot and stuff. With all the other crap that he does after. Because holy crap, this is one of the best car chase scenes I've ever seen in my life.
I do remember it being distinctively fun to watch. And over the top ridiculous. And as we said earlier, it's really interesting because I think I lowered the bar the second I saw his name.
Me too.
Like, I'm like, oh shit. Why, Ryan? Why, Ryan? Why would you pick a Michael Bay film? He spent so much time making fun of this man. Well, I know he didn't know.
He probably didn't know, yeah.
But, like, why would you pick that? So, but it turned out to be a pleasant surprise. It was.
And I was worried at first because, like, they zip line, like, into a guard tower. It's like, well, how did you get the zip line onto the guard tower and then unless you crash through the window? And I mean, there's some ridiculous stuff. But then, holy crap, it redeems itself from anything like that.
Like, the most part, the action seemed really fun and seemed like it would be somewhat.
Oh, yeah. Do they rent bongs?
Who?
I don't know. Is there a bong rental store you could go to?
Well, I imagine so. Like, I used to rent bongs when I'd go to, like.
Didn't we talk about dong rentals?
Oh, wow. Right to it.
Did I walk right into that?
Well, you didn't walk into anything. You said it.
I kind of forgot about it.
Yes, you could rent bongs inside things like smoke.
Oh, but there was one time I bought something and it had a flaw, so I returned it. And they said, oh, we have to throw it out because of hygiene or something. Like, we can't. So I would think I mean, who would want to rent a bong, really?
He was saving.
Oh, damn it. See, I blew everything. I'm sorry.
But no, like, bongs can be clean, sanitized and cleaned. I remember when we used to go to the like smoke lounges, I'd rent a dab rig every time I went there, and they had like the e-nails like we have here that you just turn on and you sit there all night smoking.
I think autocorrect from dog. Back to DC.
Back to The Rock. So the plot of this is ridiculous, obviously. This magic gas that kills everybody in 10 seconds.
Oh, yeah, but how many actors were in this, too? Holy crap.
And you know what?
Like
recently,
Candyman?
Okay, so you know the guy from...
The doctor from Scrubs?
No, that was the guy from...
The doctor from Scrubs, like the older one that...
Oh, yeah, I was thinking of the guy from Spider-Man. The second Shocker.
Shocker.
But you know who I mean? He's in this. There's so many. I gotta go over here to the event.
Oh, did we miss the event list? Of course.
Oh, yeah, Bongo Time for Gutter. I gotta break out some more cannabis.
Hey, Gutter, it's cool to know you're here too. Seriously though, these Nick Cage movies, man. Like, I want to pick another Nick Cage movie. What?
Gotta adjust the screen there. So, I mean, there's a ton of actors in this. There's a ton of really good acting. Sean Connery, you know, it doesn't change anything.
The man in the black hat from Westworld. That guy who's in everything. I looked up his name, David Morose. It's like, he's always in everything and you never know who he is. I figured Nick Cage's wife probably in the movie Probably someone who said no to Harvey Weinstein because you never see her again in anything. And then his daughter, or his granddaughter, Sean Connery, she's like some famous girl too. She's been in a million things. She was in Mallrats.
Wait, why can't I picture his daughter now? She's not in many scenes. That's why.
Jade, the one he meets in the courtyard when all the cops show up.
Yeah, but I can't remember her face right now.
She's one of the two girls in Mallrats, the two friends. The one with Jason Lee.
Shannon Doherty? It's not Shannon Doherty.
No, I looked up her name too. I forget it. I don't know. But props to her. She did not do plastic surgery. She looks like a normal human being. And she's still good looking.
Welcome, Gutter.
Oh, we
Welcome,
missed Chad.
DB. Welcome, Corey. Welcome, all of our
Welcome,
friends.
DD. Awesome to see you guys here too.
Do dong rentals rent by the hour? That's that. Well, I'd imagine so.
You wouldn't think maybe they'd even be needed that long, but you'd want a minimum.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm bursting the bubble by just saying that. Oh, you're pretty much just talking about male prostitutes. Although I think we got deeper into it that you could actually like rent maybe a prosthetic that, or I don't know.
But with sex robots now, that totally could be a thing. Like that's a form of dong rental. Like it's a mechanical
I was
sex
just
toy.
thinking about the idea that they're going to be like subscription based.
Oh, they totally will.
And like,
and tier models, like
like what if your subscription runs out at like midnight, and you're like in there, like just ding, the fuck, credit card, yes, up the charges, it's fine.
or they'll sell tiers. Like if you want moaning, you have to pay extra.
Oh my
If you
god!
want auditory,
If you want heated seats,
if you want heated, oh my god, it'll freeze you out, literally.
Yeah, we took it a little further. So. Back to Nick Cage.
I was gonna say Moon Knight.
This isn't where I parked my car. I should take my money. We digressed a little bit on there. So Nick Cage really knocked us around this week.
There was no dog rentals in this movie.
But something really pissed me off about this movie. Because
Michael Bay?
No, like yes, but they start out with a real something to say, like a real lesson, and they just abandon it like halfway through and murder everyone that wants to talk about it.
It's true. Stuff goes crazy, like his plans, and even though he seems noble, maybe at first, even though he's doing a bad thing, like the man in the black hat.
Like they used his cause as an arc instead of using his cause as something the whole movie could be based around. Like they used it more as his personal development instead of using it as something the movie could have said.
Breaking into Alcatraz, yes. Dog rentals, yeah. I mean, there was a lot of dog rentals during the time.
Oh,
It was open.
oh. Yes, they are breaking into Alcatraz to rent dogs, apparently.
Total nitpick. During the chase scene, when Sean Connery gets the phone call in the car, and he's like, "Oh, I'm renting your Humvee." I looked it up. Humvees were made in 1984, so he wouldn't have known what they are. But I mean, come on, I'm just being a nerd here.
Well, you have to imagine he gets some semblance of pop culture.
But he also didn't seem to know anything. I mean, your name is Call Me Nod, so if anyone was to troll us, it would be Call Me Nod.
That is true.
The little Welsh boy. The Welsh man. Bongo for Call Me Nod. Both of them. The real one and lady.
And like after seeing the repercussions of Nicolas Cage actually taking the shot to the heart with the stuff, Like, why wasn't he just doing that in the room? Like, he could have stopped at the 1 minute mark in the opening sequence, done it. Okay, I'm good no matter what now, and then finished.
It's like in Galaxy Quest when the aliens built the counter to stop at 3 seconds. Because you're always going to outrun the timer in the movie. It's just movie logic.
All right, but it kind of hurt my head a little.
But seriously, all three of these movies are worth. I'm happy I saw all three of them. Like, holy crap, he is such a good actor.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it. It is because he took too many roles, and there's just so many clips of him acting crazy. Like, have you seen Wicker Man? Not the bees.
Yeah, that's what. Well, I brought that up earlier. Like that's where he became a meme for a while because
he ran out of money. And he had to take every movie he could.
Or sometimes you think a project's going to go a different way and it just doesn't get the treatment.
Oh, maybe, but he had to do the movie thing because he was buying dinosaur bones and going into massive amounts of debt. Like you look at his story of how he wasted his money, it's ridiculous.
I've seen an interview about the head, and like that was only $150,000.
Oh, I read there was something he spent like $20 million on, like dinosaurs, and then. This is what I heard he used to do to sets. He would show up at set. He would drive whatever, like his Lamborghini to the set. And then he would have his assistants or people he had hired drive a bunch of his other supercars and motorcycles to the set so that when he was done work, he could decide which one he wanted to drive home. And then they would all drive the rest of them back to his house as well.
Oh my God, I want to be his assistant so bad.
Yeah, you get to drive whatever cars he doesn't want.
Yeah, like...
for that day.
I'd be down.
So that was probably his Lambo that he was driving through the windows and stuff.
It's probably screw it. I'll just screw up my own car. I just couldn't.
Well, that was a Ferrari. Sorry.
Yeah, I just couldn't imagine wrecking a car on set like that type of car.
Look at how many cars they wrecked on that set.
Oh yeah.
How many cars flipped and went like 30 feet in the air?
Or just for comparison, look at like Fast and the Furious 9. Where she hacks every car in the city, even cars that don't have control that way. Like, all right, turn them all on. All of a sudden, like Dodge Caravans are driving themselves. I'm like, they don't even have park assist. What the fuck are you doing right now? But and then they drive a bunch out of like just like when Wanda's pulling them out at Iron Man. They do that as well. Like I've seen a lot of cars get destroyed. Like, there's a lot of people who just use those to drive to work, man. Maybe we just stop wrecking everything. But that's
But that's part of the budget.
Oh yeah, that's so much money. What was your favorite scene in The Rock?
The car chase scene. Like,
you have brought it up a few times.
Like
yes.
it was just, I wasn't expecting it. It's like it just kept going, and the amount of stuff they were hitting, and at some point I'm like, come on, he's crashing into everything, and then they literally have a line. The cops chase him, go, he's hitting everything to try and block us. I'm like, okay, now I'm happy. Like.
But you needed that explained to you?
It just seems so over the top that I'm glad they acknowledged it.
Oh,
because his car would not survive that. Like, if I was trying to get away, I'm like, if I hit like 4 things, the car's not going to survive. He hits like 40.
Yeah, they're overly evaluating the strength of a Ferrari.
Oh, the Ferrari too. And
yeah, like the Ferrari drove through like 5 windows, like a couple windows. Ferrari drove through a bunch. Like, I don't really think that Ferrari would have survived that drive.
No, they're so sensitive too. Like,
yeah, like there's just no way that Ferrari would have been dead. But past the absurdity of Michael Bay's visions for cars and explosions, I mean, this movie was actually really entertaining, and it felt really well put together.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just. And I love too when he shot the airbag when he was trapped in the car.
That is a quick way to get out of an airbag, even though most people aren't really fully conscious. Like they're usually a little dazed right at that point.
I have had it deploy once, and yeah, I was dazed for a few seconds.
Yeah, more likely to shoot yourself in the leg while you're holding that gun.
Yeah, he could have shot himself in the arm.
Luckily, his arm had plot armor, so it was bulletproof.
And just stuff too, like the ready room where they're planning the whole thing. Like, I know when Tony Stark and Marvel stuff, they have these ready rooms. It's mostly CG. They're in front of a lot of green screens. It was so nice to see a big room full of people at desks, and actual glass where it's like, holy, somebody made a whole prop about just Matt here relevant to the plot. It's like, that's a lot of time and effort and passion.
And see, that's exactly why, even as we grow, I continue to be like, I really don't want a green screen behind us or anything. I like building the practical set. I want to build more of the collectibles around us, and so I like the feel of practical. That's why, I want to build more sets for the other side of the production.
I think that's why I love this too, because Transformers, it's all CG. Yeah, he did it, but this had no CG, basically.
Yeah. And we find that a lot more. We watch a lot of movies outside of that realm. Like, we might watch Marvel every Wednesday, but Monday night movies are usually not too CG until Adam Project and shit.
Oh, and I've been watching the Creepshow TV show, the new one, and I just watched last night. I think the one where it's an homage to the old horror movies from the 50s and 60s. Like, there's a store with all the props. Movies. And they do the claymation, stop motion skeletons fighting from like Clash of the Titans. It was a really good one.
See, I didn't think of them for that. I thought of them from not Clash of the Titans. That was from Army of Darkness.
I'm not sure which.
Oh yeah, but sorry, that's what they made me think of was Army of Darkness.
I guess I'm really old. The first ones I saw was Clash of the Titans.
Really old. Army of Darkness is like 86.
Yeah, I would have already seen Clash of the Titans long before that.
Oh, when's Clash of the Titans?
70s or something.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought did they remade
it.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. So, like, did that movie come in like the mid 90s?
I think the 2000s.
So, all right. So we'll come back around to here, and let's talk about your pick this week.
I love my pick.
Oh, man. It's really...
If you're a parent, you should watch this.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to hate yourself. Hate your life.
And I feel like maybe this whole movie is just a metaphor for that idea.
Parents with regret.
No.
Parents that hate their children.
No, like every parent hates their child at some point.
And wants to viciously murder them.
I'm sure. Oh my God. I am absolutely sure I pushed my mother to the brink of wanting to murder me.
I guess we should explain the premise of it.
Please go ahead.
It's like a science fiction twist premise where they're like, oh, nature instinct is to parents to nurture their children, to love them, protect them at all costs. What if something flipped that 180 somehow?
Yeah.
In people, and as you see it, the movie starts out with it happening in animals, and you see some cool stuff, and then society just goes crazy with parents wanting to kill their children. It's awesome. It
is kind of perfectly put together.
And it is Nicolas Cage at times being as much Nicolas Cage as you ever want him to see, over the top.
And Selma Blair absolutely. Well, I mean, she was just Selma Blair all the way through.
Oh, but she got kind of evil and stuff.
Oh. I think they had a lot of fun filming this, and that kind of came through. That it was a great, probably like, how do you run around trying to murder a 10-year-old? Like,
and lots of parents kill their kids in this movie.
Oh,
we're not spoiling stuff.
Watch it. This is within a few minutes. Like, I think you're 10, 15 minutes.
Knowing the premise doesn't spoil it. Like, you want to see what happens throughout this movie.
Oh yeah, the opening scene is a parent murdering a child.
But there's so much dialogue about growing old and having kids.
The first murder at the high school where she pulls her son over
the fence.
Yeah, like all of a sudden you just see, like, you don't see the initial stab, you just see her hand come up with a key in it, dripping blood, and it just comes back down. I'm like, oh my, like, she's just fucking her son up horribly. And that's when everybody freaks out and they start jumping the gate.
You're like, I'm into this movie.
Oh yeah, like, all right, I want to see where you're going. And again, as we like, the movie has a lot of fun. Then there's almost like a Purge-esque feel to it for a while.
It feels like the Purge.
And Selma Blair's character comes up with such a great fucking, this is how I'm going to smoke you out. like throws the hose in there, buries all the windows. Like,
Just the horrible things they think of to try and kill their
brutal.
children.
Yeah.
And
The kids' retaliation on that one was pretty good.
yeah.
But like by the time the grandparents were there, that house should have been like on fire.
And there's so many good scenes with just like you're like, oh my god, that just happened.
Yeah, so like they don't just like they start this out by showing you like a mother killing a baby, and they don't show any actual murder. In that case, they just show her getting out of her
There's some
van.
gore at some point. Like it's
Yeah, but not with babies
Yeah.
and stuff, right? Like they just show her getting out of the van, and then it's on a train track, and then
there's a scene with the newborn.
and then a new mother tries to attack.
We don't
her.
need to spoil all of it.
Oh, but like these scenes are
You gotta see them. You gotta see them.
While like they're all, it's a really fun
And not just all
suspense
the
thriller with some gore in it.
not all the child killing. There's so many good dialogue scenes. Like when she tries to go back to modeling, and she's like, "Yay!" to the agent. "Hey, friend, you told me I could come back modeling anytime." And he's like, "Yeah, but it's been 15 years. You've had kids." And then it cuts to her in like the car crying. It's like, I get it. You know, you're in your 40s now. You're not going to be the swimsuit model of the year maybe anymore.
What I mean,
But just how heart-wrenching some of these scenes were. And it does the same with Nick Cage, like the male side of getting older. And
well, he has his little breakdown.
yeah, with his car and his memories of all the fun times he had in it.
Well, I mean, but then his little breakdown in the basement where he's talking about.
Oh, that was great too.
Like, I went from 145 to 45, you know, so on and so forth. Like, he had his own list of problems, and that
That's what
really,
I mean. That was just as equally good.
like, they wrote both sides of these characters really well. The grandparents showing up. Like, so it wasn't just teens. Like, having the grandparents show up and attack.
I don't want to spoil that.
Yeah, like. Oh, you're here. If you're here for spoilers. Sorry.
There is a great unexpected scene.
And the film we're talking about at the moment
Actually, there's
is
lots in this.
Mom and Dad. Okay, the only thing I didn't expect was the ending, and it does bother me. It leaves some ambiguity, but it just kind of ends.
I think we know how it ends. My guess is the parents always kill the kids. Like, it seems they always win.
Well, they were all tied up in the basement. Like, I don't know. Like, it just ends. Like, there is no conclusion.
It's like The Sopranos.
Yeah, it just cuts to black. And they yada away what happens and what's going on, which is fine, you know. It was much, but like if you compare it to other films, that it kind of felt like The Happening, but done way better.
What? No. That's like one of his best lines, I think.
I hate that movie so much. But this did feel like a M. Night. This felt like on the good
It felt
side
like a
of
good
M.
M.
Night
Night
films.
Shyamalan movie, which is
Yeah.
most of his movies. But yeah.
No, none. Like 3.
We've been through this. There's 3 I don't like. There's 3 you like. Something like that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what they're
really. And I mean, I feel like I'm right in this, but
We agree The Happening is a bad movie.
no, what?
The Happening is a bad movie.
Yes, we both agree that is just shot.
I love M. Night, but man, that one's a stinker.
So yeah, Mom and Dad is a really pleasant surprise, and I think everyone should definitely check it out, because even any spoilers we've given you is not
Like, it
going to
doesn't
wreck the
matter.
film.
You gotta see it.
This is like someone describing all of Night of the Living Dead to you, and you're like, wow, I got to go watch that, and then you go watch it, and it's still just as
It's the
good
same
as
as
they said.
Willy's Wonderland. Like,
Yes, as we swap over.
it's the same thing. We can't spoil this movie for you because you've got to experience it. It's so awesome. Doesn't matter if you know what's going to happen,
Yeah, like
because you know what's going to happen when you watch it, and it's so satisfying.
for anybody that knows about the Five Nights at Freddy's or any of the other or similar things, this is, it takes Chucky to a whole new level,
I loved it.
and it's just absurd. And I mean, Nick Cage is in a hour and 30-minute movie where he does not say a fucking word.
Not one word. Not one word of dialogue.
Oh yes, he does come up on the closed captioning
like
twice.
woo or something.
Yeah, EA, as he's like ripping the head back and forth. This movie is gory. It is, but gory in a weird way.
It's not spooky, and it's not. It's ridiculous, but it knows it, and it handles it so well.
There is a couple jump scares.
Yeah, I guess
Attempted jump scares. Or maybe because I already saw it, I knew it was going to happen. So there's a couple like jumps. There's a lot of blood flow going around, but it's just
there were so many scenes. I'm like, please let this cheesy, stupid thing happen, and then it happened, and you're like, yes.
Yeah, like you totally feel like you've seen this movie, but not this angle of it. You know what I mean? Like this feels like I feel like I've seen this setup and where this should go.
And he's the definition of cool guys don't look at explosions. Like,
Yeah,
you know.
but he also seems like he's slightly autistic, like or Asperger's or something. Like completely silent, methodical to the second.
To the point of you're insane. Like no one would. Life or death situation. You don't need to go take a coffee break because your watch went
A
off.
pinball break.
A pinball break. Yeah.
Like,
But you want to see it happen so bad.
So what we're talking about here is,
Oh my god, this was so good.
these characters, which are the
It's a
characters in
haunted
the
old
background.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah,
And he's got to stay overnight to clean it.
which he's supposed to be a sacrifice, but he just kills them one by one brutally, and then cleans it up. And even after he's told repetitively,
You watch a lot of this movie is watching him do janitorial work.
and it's
It's
okay
so
with it.
exciting. You love it.
Yeah, like it's the close. Like I don't understand why I like it so much, because you're right. So much of it is him just cleaning up.
I've heard of this online for a long time. People are like, this movie's crazy. You just got to see this movie. And it's like, yeah.
I have not been entertained at that to this level with a film
It's
in
just
so long.
so stupid, but you love it, and it knows exactly how stupid it is.
And beautifully, perfectly so it does.
Just everything.
So what's your favorite kill scene in this film?
What was the second one? It was so unexpected. It was with. Like there is curb stomping in this movie on a toilet
with
an animatronic.
An animatronic ape.
Like straight out of American History X, brutal. Like oh my god, what just happened?
It sticks with it.
This movie just doesn't stop doing that.
And it just subverts every expectation of this type of horror film.
But
like
you know it's coming too, though.
Oh yeah, and he just and like there's this scene where he's joined by his new sidekick, and they're about to go head to head with another one of these, and his watch goes off, and every time his watch goes off, he just stops whatever he's doing.
He's got to go take a drink.
He goes, "Oh, I meant to make a can. Damn it! Punch soda." He goes and grabs a can of punch soda, drinks it, and he goes and plays pinball, and then he goes back to work after his watch beeps again. And yeah, he just leaves this girl, hands her a knife, and goes and
going on break.
All right, I'm going on break, real fun. And then he comes back and helps her kill.
And like that's when I was praying. I'm like, please let there be a scene where his watch goes off in a life or death situation and he has to take a break. And it delivers.
Yeah, this movie makes you want things to happen,
And then they happen.
and then they give them to you.
Yeah. Over and over.
Yeah. And it's also nice to have a film that just sets up and delivers and doesn't try and give huge twists. Like, we knew that they were going to be...
Think about the dialogue of all the characters. They're explaining what's going to happen. And then the things happen that they say were going to happen.
Yes, every time. If we go in there, we're all going to get split up and we're all going to fuck up and die. And I don't want to die tonight. And 10 seconds later, they're all in there like, how are you having sex?
Oh, there's lots of sex in this, yeah.
But, like...
Well, a couple scenes.
No amount of stupid teenage hormone, I think, would have convinced me in that situation to have sex.
And they all know that town has a history of this haunted animatronic Chuck E. Cheese place. And they're still like, they're hearing noises while having sex. Just ignore it. Like
It's looking at me, so give it a shot. No, you know that these things are what kills. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, that is the only scene I got frustrated with. And like, I wanted that guy to get murdered by the chick with the tongue. Like, don't stand up, you idiot. Like, why are you communicating? Like, yes, it somehow got involved in a satanic ritual by accident. Like, you can feel the goodness.
Like, we're not spoiling this movie. You have to see this movie.
Oh yeah, there's no level of description that I could give you that would prepare you for what you're going to see in this.
And it's the same with Mom and Dad, and then the Rock is just amazing.
The Rock is a typical Hollywood movie done well.
They don't do it like that anymore, though. It's all CG. It doesn't feel the same.
The other two are really great ideas.
Yeah.
Like they're unique. They have not unique. I just mean the idea of the character that they put in that situation. The situation isn't unique in Willy's Wonderland. The character is unique.
Yeah, I've never really seen quite that character. I mean, pretty close, but
I can't think of like it's just pure.
He's from the old westerns. The stranger that comes into town, never says anything, solves the town's problems, and leaves.
I get it, but comically never says a single line of dialogue. Like, as if
and it's Nick Cage, and you love him still.
Doesn't need to speak. Like, there's so much.
He doesn't even change his face. Actually,
He barely emotes until the dance scene.
There's one or two little times.
There was a straight up like Napoleon Dynamite awkward dance scene done even better than Napoleon could do it.
Oh, I hate Napoleon Dynamite.
Me too. I thought it was a horrible movie.
Garbage.
Absolutely.
Everyone loved it so much. Vote for Pedro and all that crap. No.
Like there was like 5 funny moments in the whole film, and the rest of it just bothered.
I didn't even think there was 5. Oh, it's no different than Wayne's World. Hey, you're a really good drummer. Thanks. I like to play.
Yes, it's like they took that scene and went, let's model a whole film after it. I agree.
And wow, he's a super talented dancer. Yes, he's great. This Napoleon, you don't expect that this nerdy kid with weird hair.
No, he just seemed like a horrible dancer still. It was awkward.
Oh, he was talented what he did. Like, I couldn't do that, but it's not good to make a whole movie out of it. I don't care.
Now I feel like I have to go watch Napoleon Dynamite's dance scene again because I don't think I've seen it since a long time ago.
I thought the whole premise was it's just, here's this guy you think's not going to be good at anything, but he has this really impressive talent. So don't judge a book by its cover. You know, that's it. Napoleon Dynamite sucks. Yeah.
Yes. My wife loved it. Oh, they put out a TV show, a cartoon.
Of Napoleon Dynamite?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
And it's on
What?
Stars.
Why?
I have to figure that out, right? So we put it on because she liked it. And she went to bed halfway through the first episode, and I was just playing a video game on my phone. I barely was paying attention to it in the first place. All of a sudden, 4 episodes in, and I'm actually paying attention. Like, what the fuck just happened?
How do they tell a story about this?
It's stupid. There's no story.
Okay.
It's the same as the movie. But because I was playing a video game, I kind of just got sunk into it subconsciously. I'm like, oh, crap, no. I've not watched it since, but I ended up watching like 3 extra episodes because I was just stoned and playing a video game on my phone. Yeah. So that's my story about Napoleon Dynamite cartoon.
Why are we so focused on Napoleon Dynamite? Well, how do we even get onto this guy? I hate him.
Oh, the dance scene.
From
Nick Cage does.
Oh, yeah.
All the way back to Willy's Wonderland. We're back on topic. Took a second. Sorry about that. But each one of these creatures has a different... And Willy...
It's like a video game almost, actually.
Totally. But like Willy just silent and still the whole time. Like it's so well done.
Just the build up to the big showdown that you know is coming.
And they're both silent.
Well, oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the rest of them all talk, but Willy just stoically
that elfish chick was pretty spooky and creepy.
Oh yeah, the fairy?
The fairy girl, yeah.
Yeah, she here's what she looked like in the actual. How did she not make the cover?
She was really creepy, like her
Yeah, like
personality.
she was one of the best characters.
the way she moved. And she's the one I was probably the most afraid of.
And what I really loved about her character was how it ended.
Oh yeah,
Like she's like she didn't need to take herself out with it. But she's like, fuck it, all right, everything's done, I'm good.
what a great movie!
Welcome back.
Welcome back,
Oh,
Dee Marie.
And see, this is Willy's Wonderland.
Same premise apparently.
Similar, like
So good though, so much like
I don't know Five Nights at Freddy's. Personally, I just get it gets referenced a lot in the stuff I watch on YouTube. But yeah, no, this is these are the characters from, I meant to put up this picture, sorry, Willy's Wonderland.
so good. Like you got to see it, all of them.
Oh, I absolutely just this cover. Like I want to go watch this again tonight.
It is one of those things I think I'll put back on because it's just such a collection of scenes too that you could just jump in and out.
Oh yeah.
Just go, I just want to see this again.
No, for sure. I can watch highlights of this film. It could be highlighted, probably. It could be highlighted, and I can just watch. To me, this is like A Nightmare on Elm Street. It's just got.
Oh, it's so simple though too. Like
Yeah.
so simple. It's so stupid but so fun.
Oh, I wish one of us would have set alarms on our watch. Here's the knife. I'm gonna go play this game, have a dance scene, drink a and at the end when she just gets in his car,
Yeah,
right off
that's
into the
gonna come
sunset.
too. Yeah,
Yeah, you
like
totally.
it's just the simple old western of tall dark stranger comes to town, saves the problem, fixes their problem, and leaves with the girl.
So yeah, I don't think we had a bad movie this week. Ryan sent in his vote for Willy's Wonderland because
I feel like they're all must watches.
Oh, 100%. They all win. We can't pick a winner this week. It's impossible.
I mean, it does feel almost like Willys.
But
Then you wouldn't want to watch the other two, so it's hard to say that.
my only real criticism of Mom and Dad is that they did not write an ending. They did not put an ending in there at all. And
I'm not sure you even need it.
I don't know. I feel like there should have been something there. A news report fade out. Something like it just felt so.
I feel like that's like the world's in chaos now. Parents are just going to keep killing their kids until there's no more kids.
Like, why didn't they kill the parents? Like, what? Like, I want an ending. There's no ending.
Maybe they come up with a cure.
Well, no. Now, my theory was that they want to do a part 2, and the part 2 will be a war movie.
That would be cool.
Because now they can invade and take the land after everyone's killed off half the people.
Oh, this was an attack on just say America.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was like a worldwide nature thing. Like
No, they kept talking about this could be an attack, and then they showed that screen flash, and then all of a sudden, Mom's trying to kill baby.
Yeah, but you don't really need to. I don't think it needs an answer. And I see there at the top from the director of Crank. And it's like, yeah, it feels like one of those movies. It's just at times it goes, and goes.
Oh yeah,
Like
that makes perfect sense. Yeah,
Ramps up the tension.
Crank's where he has to keep like doing coke and energy drinks and shit to keep his heart rate up, or he'll die. Like,
See,
it's
now I wanna
speed
kinda
for the
pick-
heart, right?
Now I want to pick Crank too.
Oh, it feels like but it also feels like a Michael Bay film.
Let's see if it holds up.
All right, if that's your pick.
I don't know. Are we only going to do 2 picks this week? Because it's a short week.
No, I was just waiting for Ryan to get back to me. But if he doesn't get back to me, we can do just 2 films this week.
Because it's Wednesday now. We have to watch it by Monday.
Yeah, we always watch them. Let's admit that we always watch them over the weekend, anyways. I kind of have another Nick Cage movie in my mind.
Okay.
But it gets. What are you picking?
What's your Nick Cage movie?
No, I want to know what you're picking first.
Well, I was also thinking of Face Off or Con Air.
I was gonna go really fucking dark. 8mm.
I was gonna say, are you gonna pick 8mm? Oh man.
It is one of the darkest films I've ever seen in my life. Both in how it's shot, because there's a bunch of just dark ass scenes that you can't see anything going on. And it's got a lot of dark content, and Nick Cage plays a very level, balanced character all the way through it, that by going through what he goes through, normal people would go insane or become a deviant.
Oh, see, now I want to pick Next, maybe. Because it's not a dark...
That's what I was asking what you're going to pick, because I'm like, if you're going to pick something lighthearted, I'm going to pick 8mm, but if you're not, we need balance like that. We can't go dark on top of dark.
If you don't know Next, it's Nick Cage is a magician in Las Vegas, but he
Holy shit, I forgot he was in it.
He's the star.
I know, I know.
And he can see 8 seconds into the future or so.
Because I always confuse that
And
movie with Push. They came out around the same period of time, and they're both
Yeah.
just one word.
But like, what would you do if you could see 8 seconds in the future? And he doesn't go crazy, but he goes to a casino and he just knows which ones to pull once in a while to get a big. But then the FBI wants to talk to him. That's the setup of the movie. It's awesome.
I don't know. What would I do? I would probably play some minor lottery and some cards. And then, pull a Doctor Strange every once in a while, figure some shit out, but just make enough money to disappear, because that kind of path will probably get you in shit over time, which I'm guessing is the basis of the film.
Peggy Sue Got Married. I'm not familiar with that movie. I've heard of it.
I don't know if I've seen that. But now I've got the song stuck in my head.
I don't know the song.
That might not be the right song.
You think about Runaround Sue?
No.
Hey, oh, that one.
I was 4. So what are you picking?
You are picking 8mm?
No, I'm basing my pick off you. That's why I asked what you were picking first.
Face Off. I'll pick Face Off instead.
So we're going Nick Cage again.
Yeah.
All right, so Face Off and 8mm, which classic
Gotta
action.
take his face.
And I did not get a pick from Ryan in time, so we will just call Ryan out for the moment.
I want to take his face. How much does his wife not love him that she didn't notice the body change? And like, she slept with another man not noticing. Hey, everything except your face is different.
There's a Bongo Time in there.
That's from you. I'm not sure that counts.
It definitely counts. Why would it not count?
Because you're a member of the show. Okay, well, now Dee called a Bongo Time, so.
Perfect.
Thanks, Dee Dee.
Nope, that's not the right one. This one I'll have to do. Zach needs a dab. So Zach, are you telling everybody about your new lifestyle change?
Oh, yeah. We're using a Snapchat filter to make my Coca-Cola here look clear. When I missed the stream on Monday, I'm like, hey, I've been trying to quit Coke. Why don't I use the day off while I'm sick to not drink Coke and double up on the caffeine
I've been
headache?
trying to quit Coke.
Coca-Cola. Yeah, and it worked. It's been like 3 days. And yes, we do Bongo Time breaks in Dead by Daylight as well. Thank you very much.
I will have to come watch sometime and throw up a Bongo Time. You look like you're drinking water. Well, this is a good time to see or hear a word from our sponsors.
Start the punk rock show. For a dirty, rough and tumble show, nothing beats a dive. It's where I spend the best nights of my life. Nights I can't remember, but I want to forget. Punk rock isn't dead, it's still alive. Tonight, at the world's greatest dive.
And we're back.
My goodness. I'm still not fully recovered. That dab hit tongue did almost kill me again. One day I'm just going to die on the street.
Oh my god, I don't want to have to explain that.
Well, there'll be evidence that I did it willingly.
Yes. So, I'm going to tell that story again because it was pretty funny this afternoon. We all went to see Doctor Strange.
Oh my goodness.
On Sunday. Zazzy, myself, Wake and Bake with Brian, and Drew. And Drew and Zach and all of us.
Well, we all took edibles. And two of us did not handle the edibles well.
Yeah, so Zach and Drew slept through, well, Zach was there, but not really awake, and Drew actually flat out slept all the way through the movie, which I did try and tell everybody not to take as much, but no one ever listens to me. And it was pretty funny, but unfortunately now we all have to go back and see it again, which I'm fine with because I really want to see the film again.
My eyes were on the screen the whole time. I didn't process anything. I was so out of it.
No, like, every time I look over to you after something big happening on the screen, I'm like, what the, like, are you, like, do you hate this movie? I seriously thought you were, like, so dissatisfied, like, this is just shit or something.
I was in my own little worlds, daydreaming like crazy. Like, the lights were on, no one was home.
At all.
I remember, like, 2 scenes from this movie, that's it.
We'll
go again. So I remember seeing Doctor Strange sometimes had a third eye open up on his forehead. I remember seeing Bruce Campbell. I remember there was a funeral scene at the beginning. And that's my memory of Doctor Strange.
There was a wedding scene at the beginning.
Wedding. Maybe that's. No, wait, really? I swear. Well, see, that's how high I was. I thought it was a funeral. I was out of it. Like, I'm not. I should not have done those edibles before going to the movie theater.
No, so like you getting sick the next day, I thought maybe you had to.
I don't think it had any. I think I actually caught something from somebody.
Well, because Drew was like still like kind of dazed the next day.
No, it's fine the next day. Like after being sick the next day.
Yeah, those edibles hit hard apparently. Ryan and I, however, really didn't feel anything, and then spent the whole evening like looking past Drew, like, hey, like, did you see that part? Did you see that part? And, like, I can't wait to talk about it. We'll go see it again. We'll take notes. I'll take notes. You guys will experience it for the first time.
It's so funny because that's true. Like I really wanted to see this movie, and even though I've been to see it, I just wasn't cognizant.
Oh, that's so horrible. And I just feel bad for Drew because Drew doesn't do a lot of this, and
yeah.
So I am now the only one allowed to offer Drew cannabis, and I think we'll just go back to him getting high ambiently.
I wouldn't be surprised if he holds off from the cannabis for a while.
Yeah, that was intense. But hey, we all had a good time. Well, I had a great time.
I had a good time.
I was a little worried for you or for Drew for a little bit, but he got over it. He's happy. So here, let's have bongo time for Drew after that dab.
I'm not sure I need this or can handle it, but I'll do a little bit.
Maybe I'll just get a little high. This stuff is crazy. Of course, I filmed the bag opening. I'm hoping to get that edited up in the morning. That's so funny. So I cannot say enough good about the films we watched this week. It was truly a pleasure to go through all of them. And even though when I was reluctant, I'm like, The Rock, really? Like that? There's so many other great Nick Cage movies from that era. Like, why would you pick The Rock?
I was dubious as well.
And bang, it was great.
It was really good. And how at least we talked about Mom and Dad and Willys. Like, it's kind of up there.
I'm not giving it that level, but
Just, they're apples and oranges, but I mean, the production and just...
yeah, like
holy crap.
it was nice to watch a film that was all straight up practical.
Non-stop action.
But like I grew up on the practical era, so I give. Oh my god! You know what other film I want to see? No, I want to see Con Air. I'm picking
right?
Con Air for Ryan. We're doing 2 weeks of Nick Cage. People.
I did want Con Air.
We're doing. I'm picking. Can we agree on we'll pick Con Air for Ryan?
Yes.
All right, Ryan, your pick is Con Air.
Ryan is staring at chat right now, agreeing.
And I need to put that in Discord right now, otherwise we will forget what movies we picked. And this is a really
no,
big
we won't
problem.
because they're Nick Cage movies, so you just have to go through the list.
Con Air. 8mm. God damn it. It'd be so dark. And you picked Face Off. Perfect. Relatively easy films to get our hands on and watch. And I was actually surprised. Mom and Dad was the only one not on a streaming service. Like Willy's Wonderland is on Netflix and The Rock is on Prime, both for free. So.
And Mom and Dad was on the high seas?
Yes. Which I'm perfectly fine with.
Agreed.
But what a good film. One of my favorite picks you've done. Redeems a lot of bad picks.
Mom and Dad is so freaking good. And to see it for the first time, yeah.
Do you still prefer the Babadook?
To which?
Our picks this week.
See, at the time, I really loved the Babadook, but it's just faded over time.
Now I'm going to bring this up every week. I'm going to make you compare every movie we watch to the Babadook. Do you still prefer the Babadook?
Well, if you want to get technical about it, I've watched the Babadook like 30 times. So there's no way I've watched these other movies that many times.
That's a really good measure, or matrix to measure this by. I sometimes thrive to break Zazu because it's fun.
I've probably watched Babadook even more than 30 times. I would put it on going to bed.
See, that breaks me.
I love it. It's a great movie.
I can rewatch the entire film in my mind right now. It's not that in depth of a film.
Oh, I guess I liked how much it scared me at the time. I was still getting scared by movies pretty bad. Like
Yeah, it did not have that effect on me. Discord watch parties, we want to do that. How do I post the Discord link? Or do you want to do that again?
The one that Gutter Mofos joined?
Yeah.
With us?
Oh, that's just the one I use still. Like, I'm still just posting that one, and I actually apologize for. I'm like, oh shit, sorry. Like that. Like we're just having friend conversations, which I'm fine with in there, but I forgot that the Discord was that we had other people in Discord.
Well, we're not going to do a watch party yet, but that's something we can look into and get. I think I'm getting it here.
All right. Yeah, I think my definite favorite of this week is this movie is just so amazing. I feel like I just had an idea for a new thing we should do each week. So, on air trailer.
I'm about to drink some mud, and I think.
Are we going to show the Con Air trailer?
Yeah, we're going to.
We can set up the screen share.
We're already ready.
Oh.
I just have to add to stream. I stopped taking it out. We've been sharing it the whole time. I just have to re-add it every time. But we've got it. Oh, damn it. Remind me to skip ads there. Where am I?
You turned off the volume.
I know, I'm coming back. Listen, I'm horrible at this.
Stranger.
He's a U.S. Ranger. Highly decorated. Did a little hell raising when he was a kid, but nothing serious. He's defending his wife. Got in a drunken brawl. And he killed the guy. Could have happened to you or me.
After serving the last of his sentence, Cameron Poe is taking the first plane home to his wife and daughter.
Today's flight is a special one. We're populating Louisiana's Felton Penitentiary. These guys are the worst of the worst.
I see a lot of celebrities about this. I see 11 prime time live, 3 regions from casting leads, and a genuine 2020 interviewee.
What you looking at, Poe?
Nothing, I'll just mind on your cage.
But one wrong flight
Stewardess, what's the in-flight movie today?
can ruin your whole day.
What happened? We got the plane, man!
Welcome to Con Air.
Jailbird 1, you are not cleared for takeoff.
Ain't nobody on this aircraft gives a flying.
The issue here is how the plane is brought down.
Shoot him down.
There are innocent people up there.
He's got a little girl with him home. He's been waiting for this day for 8 years.
What are you going to do? Please, ain't no wrong there. Who will sit there?
This summer, check your weapons. Take your seat
Isn't that your car?
and say your prayers.
Oh, I forgot about the card.
Nicolas Cage, John Cusack, John Malkovich.
Where are they going to land this thing? How do you feel about the blackjack tables?
On June 6th. Buckle up. Con on Air. Directed by Simon West.
Thank you, and have a pleasant flight.
I feel like I've seen most of the movie now, but man, that looks good.
I don't know about good, but
it looked like the same over the top as The Rock.
Oh yeah.
And yes, it makes me think of Nick Cage memes too. Like that's where they started coming from, I guess. But man, I got to admit, his movies are fun. Like,
oh yeah. Oh, can we play? Yeah, obviously we can play the trailer for it.
Conquer bedwetting.
Conquer bedwetting. Why does it think we need to see these ads? What does it know that we don't?
I have no idea.
Or is it now going to subliminally make us wet our beds? The algorithms can do that kind of thing now, I think.
This is the mortgage, Cindy's college money. If I do right by Mrs. Christian, the circle she runs, I'll be the break we've been waiting for. Can't take longer than a couple of weeks. That's all I can tell you, honey. Sometimes you can't know what I'm doing. It's better that way.
It's always that way.
You come highly recommended, Mr. Wells. You're praised for your discretion.
Thank you, ma'am.
As you know, my husband passed away recently.
Yes.
My husband was the only one with the combination to this safe. These were my husband's private things. I didn't realize.
Do you want to tell me what you found, Mrs. Christian?
Private Detective Tom Wells is one of the only people who has seen it. It is 8 millimeters wide. It runs at 16 frames per second. And he has been hired to discover.
All I want is to know what this atrocity is false. I want the proof of it.
If what's on it is real.
Finding the guys who made this film is going to be very difficult. I need information. I thought you might be able to help.
You name the device, I name the price. I'm gonna tell you, there's things that you're gonna see that you can't unsee. They get in your head and they stay there.
Some doors should never be opened.
Tom, where are you?
You dance with the devil. The devil don't change. The devil changes you.
Because once you go through,
I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay.
There is no going back. Nicolas Cage.
I'm trying to understand!
Wherever you were, just forget about it.
I can't. There's no one left to finish this but me.
8 millimeter. A film by Joel Schumacher.
Sorry, that's a Joel Schumacher film, and
I don't know if we're have a system with picking actors. It's just Nick Cage had such 3 good movies this time.
okay, we don't typically pick themes. Sometimes we get thematic just because we get stuck into it, but I mean, I really do. The whole point of this is to bring individually cool films or films that have meant something to us. Just every once in a while, like we just get.
The Fugitive was a good movie though. At the time, like
I don't remember liking it, but I was also like 10 or 11 when it came out.
I think it's one of those really good movies.
I love this.
But like we wanted to pick
trailer.
Nick Cage too because he's crazy, and you know Harrison Ford's a great actor, but he's not crazy, except maybe in old age, but just a little bit. All right, are we gonna do the Face Off trailer?
Yeah.
Luscious caramel and chocolate squares.
Oh, what was the one that we got last time? Bedwetting?
Yeah. And here.
That must be all our poop humor.
I've been chasing this guy ever since I joined the force. He has no conscience, and he shows no remorse. He's the mastermind behind numerous bombings and political assassinations. He has a felony list a mile long: murder, arson, kidnapping, terrorism, you name it. He's the most dangerous and brilliant criminal mind I've ever known. For years, I've been watching him, tracking him, studying his every move. I know his every mannerism, facial tick, gesture. I know him better than he knows himself. And now, after all this time, I finally figured out a way to trap him. I will become him. I don't care if I live.
You're not having any fun, are you, Sean? Try terrorism for hire. We'll blow some stuff up. It's more fun.
Plan B. Let's just kill each other.
So, those are the trailers for the movies that we're going to watch and talk about. I encourage you guys to watch along and let us know what you think next week, and if there's any details that change.
Those trailers make them look really good.
Yes. Well, that's the point of the trailer.
No, a lot of trailers suck at it these days. They're like, I don't want to see that.
I mean, there's eras of trailers, and there's certain movies done really well. But then there's a whole bunch of trailers out there that don't even represent the film. Like, they're done by entirely different companies, and they just cut what they want to make something look exciting.
It's much more of a corporate product now.
Yeah,
even
like
though
Star
it was
Wars.
back then.
Like, Star Wars' last 3 films kind of fell victim to that.
Oh, yeah. The last 6.
No.
I don't like the prequels.
No, but they weren't advertised wrong. Like,
they oversaturated. It was
no, I know, but the next 3, like, if you watch the trailers, they have nothing to do with the movies. Like, they're just ridiculous.
Oh, the trailers.
Yeah, like, they're just so far off because just a different company came in and made trailers.
And they use footage a lot now that's not even in the movie. They'll do that
Marvel's
sometimes.
the king of doctoring, deleting, and using footage that will never make the movie. But it doesn't change massive plot points. It just kind of hides little things.
I'm not saying necessarily Marvel, but movies in general that will have scenes in the trailer that just don't exist.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully, that's the case with Avatar. Like, maybe the whole movie doesn't exist.
I believe there's 5 Avatars slated for release.
Do you remember the preview?
There was an Avatar 2 preview, wasn't there?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember it.
All I could think the whole time was, I'm like, yay, another bestiality film. Because, like, they start off with him riding a beast. So I'm like, but that's their sex organ.
Those movies were always strange to start.
Oh.
It's weird that
I know we're not supposed to judge this alien race based on, but, like, come on. There's still, you got a human having sex with their sex organ, and then he mounts a beast. So even if you're talking about them versus us, that's not how we think and how we exist. So that dude, fuck that thing.
Hollywood's full of some weird ideas.
Oh my god. That movie bothered. Like, I really hated Avatar. I know some people like it. The reason it's because it came up on the block of things.
Visually, it was one of the most amazing experiences I've had. But I knew it was a crappy movie. It just looked awesome in IMAX 3D.
That's true. So, would everyone like to do a bong with us? I'm going to break out some new weed and pack us each a bong, and at the end we'll say bongo time and be right back. Here's a 30 seconds countdown. Although we're waiting for a new graphic that's only going to be like 15 seconds. Like, it doesn't need to be 30. It's just the only counter we have. I could download us a different counter or make one.
But we're stoners, so we've never gotten around to it.
Yeah, that's really the answer to half of why our shit's never done is because we're stoners and we don't get around to it. And the hours of the day we're not being stoners, I have to be very productive. So we'll be back in 30 seconds to do a bongo time. Bongo time.
You're right, Dee Dee. That is way too long. It's unacceptable. What a terrible count.
Yeah, I'm also like 17 videos behind editing and a whole bunch of other stuff. So,
We should just cut it at like 13 or 17 and just that's it.
Maybe I'll just edit that video to be that way. And just have a bongo time.
We didn't say we're counting down to 1.
It's like we had a bongo time graphic, but it didn't make any noise and it just flashed for like ever. It's like it was bongo time for like 70 seconds.
70 seconds.
And then I need to make this
like
a full screen flash graphic. Or that could be an emote.
Yeah, we could just line it up a bit more.
Yeah. You remember?
I remember.
I remember.
I remember Chewbacca.
And honestly, that's what I was trying to say earlier, which this doesn't spoil anything for you or the crowd, but in things that Spider-Man did for the sake of member berries, in Doctor Strange, it feels more just actual story driven.
Not member berries.
Yeah, not just like it's new information and it's handled well. Sales at liftoftheshawns.com. Just send it to me when you're done. We'll send you pot. Which we've got to start sending some stuff out, and we still have to do the thing.
Thanks for hanging out, Dee. Thanks for hanging out, Dee.
Yeah, and Corey Trevor and
and all the lurkers
and all anybody that's still Zazie Socks.
Oh my goodness, I know what's coming here.
I hit Corey earlier, but I was like, I just noticed corduroy. Like, yeah, Zach wears corduroy.
Love corduroy. It's such a great material.
But we should have some new stuff coming eventually. We'll get some new footage.
Yeah.
I had the cam set up a couple times, but you have to go back through the VODs to
the
find
ankle
that.
cam.
Yeah. We kind of always talk production areas, but I think we, as I posted earlier, they might have a conversation about only posting videos on YouTube.
Yeah, I think we
cut that. So that might start happening soon, as soon as we get a.
And then we can watch more stuff on Twitch and not get kicked off YouTube.
Yeah, like there is the option that we could literally just go up here and turn YouTube off and turn it back on, but I'm going to forget a lot. And when we get enough strikes, we're going to lose our YouTube channel, and I don't want to have to do that. So, yeah, I think especially after Doctor Strange goes digital, because when we break that down, I'm going to want to watch clips and cut it. And yeah, that'll be a huge spoiler night. The title that night will be Spoiler Lifted, Spoiler Movie Club, Spoiler Doctor Strange. So like it'll just be a lot of spoilers.
But we'd lose our YouTube Flat Earth fans?
Well, no, they can just comment below or come join us
Oh,
on
that's-
Twitch, because every video will have a link to our Twitch page where you can watch all of our content live.
It just won't be the same. Yeah, he is.
Is Ryan the server logo?
On Discord, the link to the Discord.
Oh, yeah.
It is Ryan.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you will often catch me just having full-blown conversations with one person in there, completely forgetting that there's other people in there.
Well, that's why I need to design channels for it.
Nah, that's way more fun.
Until the flat earthers show up.
Oh, right. I did put that completely publicly. Are you able to look back in the conversation?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So she can see the.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Didi eating a hot dog from.
Yes.
What's that thing called? Galtic or?
I have no idea.
It's a cool drawing game. Which, if I'm around now, I'll play next time. It looked fun.
Yes. Yeah, it looks like it was a lot of fun.
Garlic phone. Which I thought when I joined it was garlic phone. I'm like, this thing's named after garlic bird.
We've had a lot of fun. I think we should do a last bong.
Last bong for alcohol.
What?
I got it from another channel.
Oh, okay.
I might have stolen it. Didi knows what's up. All right, yeah, I think we're shutting down for the night. Been going a couple hours.
Yeah, we're pretty stoned. And we are missing our third. Sorry, this week's been a short week, but on Monday we will be back at 4 and 10. And
thanks for hanging out, Didi.
Yeah,
it's been awesome chatting with you. And lurkers. Cool. I have trouble listening to anything while playing that game. It seems very sound based. But thanks for hanging out, Didi. It's awesome.
I do appreciate we do appreciate everybody joining us. We have a lot of fun smoking weed with you.
And talking about nerd stuff. And
yeah.
movies.
And we're going to send everybody over to see our buddy. Wow, my eyes are damn near closed. Our buddy at 420 eSesh. So follow him if you haven't already. And anything else you like that?
Just thanks for watching, everyone. And for Ryan, I'll say swamp weed's the best weed.
All right. Well, stay tuned and stay lifted. And now to YouTube. Thank you if anyone's out there watching. Have a great evening. Goodbye.